To the public, it looked like acknowledgement, but in private, it was actually control. What if I told you the last day of Cassie's testimony confirmed many suspicions we had, like this one? In 2020, when Diddy accepted his BET Lifetime Achievement Award, many thought it was suspicious how he looked in the camera and said, "I want to thank Cassie for holding me down in the dark times." Well, we now know what he meant by that, and I'm going to get to that later. But other celebrities have been brought into the mix, like Chris Brown, a former NFL player, and we now know the multiple celebrities who will be testifying Monday. Hear me out as I break down the final day of Cassie's testimony. It was crazy. And I'll also tell you who I think the anonymous witness who is coming forward. On the final day of the Cassie cross-examination, the defense continued to attack Cassie's credibility. By one thing they did was play an audio of Cassie talking to Diddy about a freak-off tape that she didn't want to come out. Hearing Cassie say, "It's my effing life, I'll unalive you," was shocking to the jurors. And then continued to attack her credibility. They talked about the time Combs was jealous because she allegedly had an affair with an NFL player. And also, she was caught dancing with who? Chris Brown. The defense also brought up that Cassie reconciled with Diddy shortly after this infamous incident. But another thing we learned about this infamous incident is that Cassie just a week ago settled for $10 million from the hotel in which this incident took place. Now, who are the surprise witnesses? We'll get to that in a second. But what we learned about this, we always knew when Diddy accepted his award, we always knew it was a threat. But we now know it was a threat. See, Cassie had wrote a book called The Dark Times, and she wanted to sell the rights to Diddy so the book wouldn't come out, and the book detailed all of the freak off and what she went through. So when Diddy went to accept his award, he was being an a-hole and wasn't going to buy the rights. He instead sent Cassie a message and said, "Thank you for holding me down in the dark times." And he pointed at the camera. And at the time, he was dating Young Miami, who held up the sign, "Go Poppy," at the same event. And this might tell us another thing, and I'm going to get to that in a second. But as far as witnesses, we now know that Aubrey O'Day will be testifying from Danity Kane, and Dawn Richard will also